Hi guys, it is Strawberry Kiwi Cosplay coming in with a silly little video idea that I came up with I don't know, days ago, weeks ago, who knows. My brain just goes all over the place and I just randomly thought about it and I just wanted to come on and make a little video for y'all. So this one is kind of as you could probably tell from the title, that I am going to be rating Hazbin Hotel ships. And are just basically ones that I could randomly think up of. And obviously, if I have missed any ships that you guys love, leave them down in the comments and rate, and I'll rate those as well. And maybe in my next video, I do want to do one for Hell of a Boss as well. But for now, we're just going to stick to Hazbin Hotel and the ones that I am aware of. I could be completely missing so many other characters, so many other ships that aren't as well known. But anyway, I made specifically a little list to go through and just try to rate them all. Also, disclaimer, this is literally just my opinion. It is not by any means canon, other than the ones that I list that are actually canon. Obviously, my opinion based off of those clearly doesn't matter because they're canon, but I still wanted to, include them because they are canon and they exist and they're a real ship. But I'm still gonna give a little bit of an opinion on them just because I may or may not like the idea of these two being together, or I may actually like them. But anyway, let's just get back to it before I start rambling about something else. So the very first ship, and one of the very obvious ships in the canon verse, is Adam and Luke. I personally absolutely adore the two of them, and if anyone or everyone who knows me knows that I am obsessed with Adam and I love him. He's my favorite character from the show, which is funny considering the fact that he wasn't originally my favorite character in the show. But anyway, I really love that ship, and I think if he hadn't, I feel like they probably would have ended up together in the canon verse, of some degree. They're definitely very clearly close to one another, and I don't know, I'd say my rating for them is a 9 out of 10 because I just absolutely adore the ship, and I'm going to be cosplaying Lute with an Adam at one of the cons that I'm going to soon. So yeah, very much love them, very much recommend looking into that ship if you haven't already. I mean, it's pretty well-known ship. But anyway, we're moving on to the next ship, which is Adam and Lucifer, which is another huge favorite of mine, and is definitely 10 out of 10 for me, because I just love them together, and I just think they would have worked well in the canon verse as well, especially since Lucifer clearly deserves somebody who can make him happy and everything like that. Not that I'm saying that Adam in the canon verse would actually make him happy, but anyway, in the fandom verse, I love them together. I just love them so much. And if you haven't looked into them, which, they're really well-known ship, you definitely should look into them because I love that ship. Next ship is Adam and Charlie. I don't know how I stumbled across the ship, and no. Just no. Because Adam's just too old for Charlie, and I don't know why this ship even exists, but I felt like adding it to the list because I just want to let everybody else know that for whatever reason this ship exists. It's clearly never going to happen because Charlie in the canon verse is with Vaggie, which is one of the other ships that I was going to rate, which I absolutely love them together. I think they're perfect for each other, and I think they make each other really happy. That's being Charlie and Vaggie. Adam and Charlie, I can't see that ever happening or working. They hate each other. There's just no way. So that one, Adam and Charlie, I will give it a negative 5 out of 10. Because, no. Charlie and Vaggie, I give a 10 out of 10. It is definitely one of my favorite ships of all time, and obviously they're canon, so it works out. But they're just so perfect for each other, and I just think seeing them happy together makes me happy, and both of them deserve to be very, very happy with everything that they've gone through in their life. Oh yeah, and then the obvious ones that actually happened once upon a time, which is Adam and Lilith and Adam and Eve. I think they mentioned somewhere, I don't know if they mentioned this in the actual canon verse, but there's speculation that and I've read stories and fanfics and stuff like that about this, but like, what if, I'm wondering if like Adam and Eve are still technically together, that like they never actually divorced and that they're like forced to be with each other, which, like, I mean, I'm all for angst and everything like that, so if that was actually true, yeah, I think he deserves to be tied down to somebody who makes him miserable, because he makes everybody else miserable, but I love the man so much, so like I also want him to be happy. But anyway, Lilith and Eve never worked for Adam, and Adam is just, I feel like those two women are very powerful women in the canonverse. I mean, we don't really know much about Eve in the canonverse because they don't really talk about her, but hopefully we'll get her in season 2. Who knows? But I just feel like they don't work together, so obviously it's good that they got a divorce. It's good that those guys aren't together anymore. And I feel bad that Adam had to lose them to Lucifer, which brings me to Lucifer being with them. I also feel like Lucifer deserved better, and he shouldn't have been with Lilith, or shouldn't have been with Eve, if that actually happened. I don't really know about the whole Eve thing, because it's so fuzzy in the canonverse. So anyway, I feel like Lilith made Lucifer happy when they were together when Charlie was a kid, but now I just feel like the two of them really need to just get an actual divorce and just forget each other, because it's clear that Lilith does not give a crap about Charlie or Lucifer, because she just went off to heaven. But anyway, before I go into any more rants about things that we shouldn't be talking about in this video, Alistair and Lucifer. Another huge fave of a ship from the show. I just like their lack of chemistry in the actual canonverse kind of just like makes this whole like enemy to lovers thing work really well, and I absolutely like love that kind of dynamic with couples. And so those two, I could see working really well together. And I know, before anyone says, I know that Alistair is ace, but that doesn't mean that he can't be happy with somebody. That doesn't mean he can't have a relationship with someone. But I just, in the ship world, I feel like they would work really well together. And it's just one of my favorite ships, and I definitely give it like a 10 out of 10. Yeah, you should check it out. Next would be Alistair and Vox, another kind of like enemies to lovers kind of deal, and I love their dynamic that they have in the show, the like pure hatred Vox pretends to have for Alistair, where I feel like deep down he genuinely likes Alistair, and like the two of them could have had something, but because Alistair just wasn't interested in whatever Vox was offering him at the time, it like blew up. But that's another ship I would give like maybe like a 9 out of 10, kind of like I gave Adam and Luke. Like, excuse me. That's another one that like I really, really like. I really highly recommend. I mean, it's a very common like ship. You can see pictures literally everywhere about it, so I'm sure everybody knows about it, but definitely a fave. Oh yeah, Angel and Husk. By far is like practically everybody's favorite ship, I'm sure, at this point, because like their dynamic that they have in the canonverse is just chef kiss. So good. I love them so much, and I really, really hope they do actually end up together in the show, because that would be fantastic. And I would love to see more of them in season 2, because like I'm just gonna give them a 10 out of 10. Definitely another like huge favorite ship of mine, and hugely recommend if you have not already like looked into it. At this point, if you're in the Hazbin Hotel verse, which, by the way, you should be at least 18 plus to be in this verse and about the show anyway, so like this is not for kids whatsoever. And lastly, before this ends, is Serpentious and Cherry Bomb. Like, I just love how much he loves her, and I think together they would have been so perfect. And I'm happy for Serpentious going up into heaven, but it makes me really sad because it's going to make them being together really difficult. But it's a huge ship that I absolutely adore, and I think it's just so precious and so cute and just so good. Chef kiss. Also another one I'd give 10 out of 10, because I'm not one for like, I'm not huge on like straight ships. By far love the gay ships, but like that one's one of the really good ones, just like Adam and Lou. Like so good. Well, anyway, guys, I love you. Please do not forget to subscribe and like this video and comment down below what your favorite ships are if I haven't mentioned them, because I'm sure there's like plenty I haven't mentioned. Thank you so much.